The Conjuring Universe, where we've taken on a witch who put a spell on her land. And then we took on a creepy doll. And then we took on a creepy nun and a weird Slender Man Jack Skellington hybrid and an old man. And then we took on a creepy doll again. And then we took on a creepy nun again. And then we're gonna take on a creepy Jack Skellington Slender Man hybrid again. Wow, they are really running out of ideas, aren't they? Hello ladies and gentlemen and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to another Sunday Fun Day. And for today, we will be doing, finally, the ranking video for the Conjuring Universe films. So let's kick it off, guys, with the 5th spot, because there are 5 movies in this franchise. In the 5th spot, my least favorite Conjuring Universe film, and if you didn't know by now, it's an absolute no-brainer. I can't stand this movie, and that's Annabelle. Yeah, I thought the first Annabelle was pretty much downright atrocious. It was painful to watch the first time, even more painful the second time. I just went and sat and, I didn't want to put anyone else through it, so I watched it by myself the second time around, and it was absolutely just awful. It is not a good movie. There's barely any redeeming qualities at all in this movie aside from Annabelle herself, and 1 or 2 decent scares that kind of got me like, ugh, like the one where the girl's a little girl and then runs to the door, into a woman that we pointed out in my review. Other than that, it's super generic. There's nothing really scary. There's a few jump scares. Most of the time it's just zooming in on Annabelle's face, and there's just really nothing scary happens in the acting and the characters and everything. So wooden, and the story is just bland, and it's boring, and it's barely there, and just overall, it was just a waste of a good opportunity, and the movie is just really not that enjoyable at all. Coming in at the number 4 spot, second least favorite Conjuring movie, and that is going to be the newly released The Nun. I know, what a shame. I was really hoping to put this at the number 2 spot or even the number 3, but no, it's landing at the number 4. At least you can say it wasn't worse than Annabelle, but it wasn't better than anything else in the Conjuring universe either. It was a shame. I was really looking forward to this, but again, like I said in my review, it was just a jump scare palooza. There was barely a story. Tessa Farmiga did a fine job. The cinematography was nice, and of course the nun herself was very creepy, but other than that, it was a jump scare fest. There was barely any story. I thought the character of Frenchie was super annoying. It was insanely predictable. The characters were stupid. It was really bogged down by issues, and it wasn't overall an enjoyable experience. I'd be more likely to watch this one again than I would Annabelle, but yeah, still, they really fell flat again on this one. I figured maybe they'd fix their mistakes after doing the first Annabelle, but no, it pretty much repeats almost everything that Annabelle did wrong, just with better cinematography and a good lead actress. Coming in at the 3rd spot is going to be The Conjuring 2. Now, The Conjuring 2, I did still really enjoy, but my main problem with it is that the fact that, like I said, with the first Conjuring movies, it got progressively scarier. This movie, it started out scary, and then just stayed scary throughout the whole runtime, but the thing is, that just wears on you at the end. At the end of 2 hours and 13 minutes, when you're used to every single scene being scary or ending in some form of scare, it kind of grows old on you. And the fact that I felt this movie was much more whimsical than the first one, it almost felt more so like an Insidious movie with the kind of zany, villainy demons. With the Insidious movies, you have like the red Darth Maul looking guy, and then you have the creepy bride, or the creepy whatever she is, nun, I think they call her the Black Bride. Then you have the creepy upside down dude with the oxygen mask on, and then the weird tall creepy thing with fingers that are keys, and they're all much more whimsical rather than the more serious Conjuring movie where it was like a demonic witch. And then that's what I was expecting for this one, but instead we got the creepy nun, we got the crooked man, and the old man Bill Wilkins he's fine. But other than that, the movie just felt more whimsical, and where it just kind of consistently stayed scary. And I guess by the end then it wasn't really that scary because we were so used to every single scene going that way. And of course, Ed and Lorraine Warren are fine again. I didn't really care for the family as much in this one as I did in the first one. So it was a fine movie, it was okay, it felt a little bit more like a movie than the first one did, because like I said, the first one, it felt super real to me. This one, it did feel like a movie, so that's why it ends up in this number 3 spot. And now for the runner-up spot in my second favorite of the Conjuring universe, and that is going to be Annabelle Creation. Now, I know a lot of people do not like Annabelle Creation, actually a lot more than I thought, because a lot of the comments on my video were saying, yeah, I didn't like this movie at all, laughed the whole way through. Honestly, for me, I found this movie super creepy. I thought the two young leads were fantastic. I think they did a really good job. I think the direction by David F. Sandberg was very, very nice. I just found this movie to be a lot more creepy. I guess it's just because it plays a lot more on your childhood fears, and I think that resonated a lot with me because I was scared a lot as a child. I did a lot of the things that these little girls did. Of course, as far as I can remember, it wasn't chased around by demons or anything, but either way, it was super creepy and I really enjoyed it. I thought that the form that the demon took a lot of the time was very creepy. There's a lot of really creepy scenes in this. I felt the atmosphere in this one a lot more than I did in the first Annabelle, of course. Overall, the whole cast is fine. They do a very good job. The two main little girl leads, they are the best in the movie for sure. But overall, the movie is very good. It has a few really disturbing moments in it. I thought the atmosphere was well done. I thought the scares were good. And I thought the camera work, it made you really kind of feel like a kid in this world where, hey, you're being chased by a demon. And of course, that leaves only one, and the #1 spot and my favorite of the Conjuring universe is still the first Conjuring film, the one that kicked it all off. I adore it. James Wan did a really good job with this one. I enjoy everything about it. The leads and Lorraine Warren are fantastic. The fact that it felt like a real movie. This is the one that carried over with me for days and weeks afterwards, the absolute most. It creeped the hell out of me because it felt so damn real. The whole family overall I really enjoyed. The camera work I thought was very good in this one. Like I said, there's a lot of long shots that kind of just follow along. You feel like the camera's following along as everything's going along. You stay with the characters a lot more. You have this kind of over the shoulder, over the head perspective. Feels a lot more claustrophobic. You feel like you're with these characters the whole time. A lot of the scares did get me. The atmosphere is fantastic. Some of the best atmosphere I've ever seen in a horror movie. And like I said, it felt like the way that they kind of describe a possession goes. It starts off with subtle things and the movie gets progressively scarier as it goes. And I really enjoyed that, honestly. I thought it was fantastic. And again, just the fact that it's not just this one kind of creature, it's the fact that all these victims, these hauntings that happen, they feel like real life victims. There's a maid who committed suicide. There's a grieving mother after her boy drowned in a lake, who again, I believe committed suicide as well. Like all these things, they felt super real. There's a lot of very genuine scares in this. And overall, I think it's a fantastic horror movie. It's the horror movie that scares me to my core the absolute most. I love it, and it lands the #1 spot. So there you have it, folks. That is my ranking of the Conjuring Universe films. As always, if you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know. How would you rank the Conjuring Universe films? Do you agree with my list, or do you completely disagree? Maybe you don't like any of them. Maybe you love all of them. Who knows? I won't until you tell me. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And that's a wrap.